Good afternoon. We would like to present our record center, which is Alliance Record Center. First of all, I would like to introduce my group members. My name is Stephanie Ikti Haikal. In my group members, we have Fatin Shahira binti Zahir, Muhammad Naim, Muhammad Nabil, and Petrus Arif. Introduction of Alliance Record Center. Alliance Record Center was established on June 31, 2013. It was located at Jalan BT1, Semenyih, Selangor. Our tagline is Alliance Record Center, save your information. We make sure that the record center that we keep are safe. Our focus is to attract the client to use our keeping services that we are providing. At first, we only have 7 employees in this record center, but now we have 20 employees. In our record center, we receive all type of collection records such as paper-based, electronic document, audiovisual materials, photograph, and others that are related to law records. Currently, we have 5 main clients. Our location is at we place our Alliance Record Center at a strategic location that are not too far from town, which is at Alliance Record Center, Jalan BT1, Semenyih, 43500 Selangor. This is Alliance Record Center logo. We state our record center name as to promote our services so that people easily recognize our record center. In this logo, shown that the file of the record to describe that our record center will keep your files safe. Vision: to become a trustworthy record center that is recognized, well-known, and trusted by our client. Mission: to provide, protect, promote, and preserve records that are related to the law that we serve to give satisfaction to the client and customers. Objective: first is low-cost secure repository for law records in any format. Second, offer a good quality service to the client. Third, sort out the law firm records systematically and properly. Fourth, preserve and ensure the safety and management of valuable data. The last one is be the first choice of record center for keeping law records. So this is our organizational chart. At the first one, we have Director of Alliance Record Center, and we have Record Manager, license with Archive, Internal Management, and license with Record Center.
Hello, so this is a layout for our record center. We have 2 floors. For the first floor is for client and employee to make a business. We also have office and working area in this floor. For the employee, area is close to loading bay to ensure that all of the files come through the employee first before being sorted out. Okay, for the second floor, we have a storage area to store all of the file. The file is also sorted out from different kind of materials, and also we have the search room and the expansion room. Okay, this is a promotional poster for our record center. As you can see, put our record center name, Alliance Record Center in the center, a big one. We put a location, and contact us on how to reach us, and also the service provided from our record center. And this is our pamphlet, and you can see we get our logo in here. We got a record center name, our address, email, and call number, and also we get our motto. That's all for me. Thank you. Hello. So this is a layout for our record center. We have 2 floors. For the first floor is for client and employee to make a business. We also have office and working area in this floor. For the employee, area is close to loading bay to ensure that all of the files come through the employee first before being sorted out. Okay, for the second floor, we have a storage area to store all of the file. The file is also sorted out from different kind of materials, and also we have the search room and the expansion room. Okay, this is a promotional poster uh, for our record center. As you can see, put our record center name, Alliance Record Center in the center, a big one. We put a location, uh, and contact us on how to reach us, and also the service provided from our record center. And this is our pamphlet, and you can see we get our logo in here. We got a record center name, our address, email, and call number, and also we get our motto. That's all for me. Thank you.
Going to explain about management of record center. In management of record center, we do have create or receive, use or modify, maintain or protect, dispose or destroy, and archive or preserve. As we know, we think of life cycle as a lifetime that begins with the creation and ends with disposal or preservation. Creation is the first stage in the life cycle of record. It includes the acceptance of the record and its classification as a record in the organization record management system. This means also we make sure the records are correctly, which means entering the correct information and using the correct formats. There also we must maintain and protect it from a number of factors including unauthorized access and damage. Those who regularly needs records should be able to easily access them. Different organizations follow different policies on how long they should keep record. Active records are those currently in use and are very often close to the people who use them. Non-performing records that are completely no longer used for the current business, which still we have to keep until the end term of it on his office. This means we need to check on if lifetime. Even if a person does not always get an inactive record, we should keep and protect it. At the end of record life, the record management team must be decide whether to destroy or preserve the record. Within record management, there are systems in place to determine what happened to each record and when. The length of time we have to keep a record varies according to a number of factors, including company policies and government regulations and regulations. Through the life cycle of records management, it is important to maintain the security and confidential. The second chapter that I'm going to explain about the maintenance the record. There are 8 steps, effective way for us to keep the effective record management systems. The first step is we complete the collection of our record before performing a new process in a place. We should understand the scope of the projects. By making a complete list of all the record we want to manage, we'll be able to apply processes that are relevant to the business and the team data management needs. The second, we need to decide who will handle the process and the record. Once we have determined how we want to manage record, we need to decide two things. There are who and what procedure step that we need to be taken. The third is we need to develop a system for storing or destroying the record. It is important to identify and monitor the various time periods of keeping all the record in the company. And the fourth is we decide how best to store and manage the record. There are many companies that use a variety of systems to store and manage the record depending on the type of business they are in and the functionality of their business. Some companies prefer a text management system with a cloud storage service, eliminating the need to save paper file offload. All of these documents are scanned, indexed, making them easy to manage and relocated. And step 5, we also can create a document and appropriate procedures. By building a comprehensive process for a new record management system, we can ensure that appropriate steps are taken and can spread the information throughout the workplace, keeping everyone on the same page as the record management eliminate any errors that could lead to poor management or data loss. The sixth step, we need to create a disaster plan. Natural disaster and disaster are possible to make sure we have disaster recovery plans. Recover plan in the place to help eliminate any problem in the event of natural disaster. For example, a fire or floods. So we need to have a solid backup plan. We give a peace of mind knowing that the data is available in the event of an emergency. Step 7. Training employees. Training the staff after launching the record management system is the next step. By choosing the right team and making sure we have all well-defined procedure, the record management will be successful. And the last step is maintaining and evaluating the system. Once the program is started and we have completed all the training, monitor and record any issue or malfunctions that often occur with any major issue. Keeping up with the process review process and the audit process, we ensure that we fix any issue as possible. In the next chapter, I would like to explain about the security of our records. The first of is a financial risk. Does the loss of the thief of this record affect the ability to protect and document financial decision or expenditure? The liability or image which, if these records are not made public, would it result in the company losing its position as a reliable, efficient, and accountable company? The second step that we can take is lock everything down. If we need to make sure some record remains secure, we should lock the thread, closet, and room. Not only are the employee assigned, but they are also extends the time it takes to get directly into the cabinet to download or copy the file. Public, would it result in the company losing its position as a reliable, efficient, and accountable company? The second step that we can take is lock everything down. If we need to make sure some record remains secure, we should lock the thread, closet, and room. Not only are the employee assigned, but they are also extends the time it takes to get directly into the cabinet to download or copy the file. We also install fire and security alarm. Fire alarm and security alarm are important to ensure that we can reduce the risk of fire consuming all of the record, reduce the chance of someone breaking into the record room to discover company secrets. We also have a restrict access to the sensitivity record. Let's make sure all the records are handled and disposed of properly by employees that have access to the content of each by the holes. The smaller the number, the better. Label the records, file, and cabinet appropriately. We make sure all the record folder and file cabinet are labeled clearly and correctly. By keeping the same label system in place, we can increase the likelihood that the record will return to the right place and reduce the chance of losing a record that could cost we everything. We also have a regular audits. When we have a record management system in place, we need to make sure that the system is maintained. Schedule a record test of the sensitive record. We maintain translation control that will reduce the risk of data breach because we have a better chance of finding when something important is lost. In how we are going to manage the record, we need to make sure the record retention plan takes the time properly and why in the past paper needed to be redacted before they are scanned to observe sensitivity part of it new digitals. We also have a access control list, SCL. SCL are used for limiting access to sensitivity file for only those who need it. Predefined list with authorized user can be configured while any other pring eyes are locked down. We also have a file encryptions where many electronic document management system incorporate encryptions tool. With file encryption is, for example, a document is interrupted over an open networks. The file will be inaccessible without the description scheme.
Okay, next, I will present about record center facility. Okay, the record center facility first is transportation. Okay, for the transportation, we have an alarm van, heavy duty lorry, motorcycle, and a car. For alarm van, we will make a delivery to the customer, and heavy duty lorry also for delivery, but for a large scale of delivery. And for motorcycle, we are using for small document to deliver to our customer. And for the car, we are using for an attend a meeting to the customer office. Okay, next, we will present about equipment, that all equipment that have in our record center. First is off-site storage movable shelf. Next is acid-free box, and acid-free box we have two: preserve for the preserve photo, and for the multi-purpose box and legal record storage carton. So these three are the acid-free box. One for the photo, or one for multi-purpose, and one for the legal record. And then next we have hydraulic lifter. This is for we This is for we bring up the large scale of box to the shelf. Next is we have trolley. This trolley we can use to put the document safety. And next is we have ladder. The ladder that we will provide is have the flat face, so we can put the document on that, so we can preserve the document. Next is multi-purpose printer. This printer we can use for fax, for copy, for prints, and for email, because this is multi-purpose printer. And then next we have computer. Computer for the staff itself to use to key in their data to complete their works. Okay. Next is additional equipment. Additional equipment we have is first prayer room, then a toilet, then a cafe and a parking. For cafe and parking, we will open for for all these additional equipment, we are open for public and staff itself. Thank you. Okay, next I will present about the procedure. The procedure that we have is 3: transfer, retrieval, and disposal. Okay, for the first procedure is transfer. First, we must check the number of the boxes then we receive. Okay, this is the procedure. Okay, check the number, enter initial information into the SSN register. So we must enter the information, what the document, what content of the document. Okay, then we sort the boxes into the order. Okay, remove transfer list from the box because once we receive the document or the item, we must remove the transfer list. Okay, but before we remove, we must check the transfer list is the correct or not the item in the box. Okay, then we check if the content are properly prepared. If not, okay, then for this, we must check the content. If the content have misplaced, we must inform to the agencies. Okay, consult the disposal schedule. Okay, for this consult disposal schedule, in our record center, we have a time to preserve or not preserve, to store the agency's record. So when the times come, we must to disposal the record. Okay, next is decide action category and dates. Then checkbox has some action category and dates. Write action category and date of transfer list. Consult the location register. Give boxes snack available number. Cross off number used. Enter information in location register. Write box number, and lastly is file transfer list. Okay. Next is retrieval. Retrieval if we receive the document itself. Okay, first receive issue form, the form that the agency fill in. And next is consult location register, to where the document want to register. Next is write location code on form. The location code is for the record center to access where they put the document. Okay, next is take issue form to shelf and identify the box. Take out records, then replace with cardboard marker. Clip 2 copy of issue form to box. Attach sticker to the record so we can retrieve in the future. Disperse record. Get signature on second copy of the issue form. So for the issue form, we have make 2 copy. Okay, next, lastly is file issue form in issue out index and issue control index. Okay, next is disposal procedure. Okay, for the disposal procedure, after we transfer all, not all, the record that the agency want to store, we have a time to dispose the record. So before we dispose the record itself, we must follow all the rules. Okay, then before that we must to locate where the boxes and when the document came to the record center, and what types of disposal that we need to use, because sometimes agency give many types of documents such as paper, video, or CD, or photo. Okay. Um, okay. Next is after the step 1 until 4 is complete, they must notify the record office to transfer the file from the store to the disposal schedule store. Okay. Okay. After all the procedure is done, record office must inform to the agency, creating agencies, that document want to dispose. So we must make a double confirmation before we dispose the document itself.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Nabil Mehdi. For this part, I will cover for our company is fighting court center and storage. Second is we replace record after the different cost management and evaluate procedure record in reference column for reference, and the last one is we retrieve record and send to create agency for different. Yeah, our service in our record center who work on our company, they must follow the staffing criteria. First is they must have a high degree of trust and honesty. Second, at least 4 years working experience company or related organization. Next, need to have a certificate of at last need to graduate and above in the archive management course. Next, do file management in the archive center. And the last one is we need who are effectively communicate with the establishment organization and manage the reference service. They all in my part.